This is Salamancer. You are watching SalTV, and this is a live cast from me, so I didn't get to find anybody who looked ridiculous. Although Rubicon does look kind of ridiculous here with the umbrella on his head. I've always thought that was one of the ugliest hats in Team Fortress 2, but he's rocking it. He's rocking it, and then he's dying. Why does he do that, you ask? Well, because it gives you a lot of extra metal for the engineer. To be honest, he probably doesn't need all of this. But it's not like it matters, because there's still 30 seconds of setup, so, I mean, Rubicon, VK, Spirit, they're all going to get back in position before the setup timer is over, especially because there is a teleporter right next to that health kit, actually. Nice. Okay, so you can still grab it. Sometimes when you put a teleporter on top of the health kit, you can't grab it, which is really weird, but nope, you can still get that one. That's good. Good for just about everything there. And yep, 10 seconds left, and everybody in red team is in position. You have a scout kind of trying to get up on top of this little rock right now, but he is going to get spotted by the heavy, so, well, he's going to use bonk, so it's not like they can actually do any damage to him. Scout immediately starts putting the cart, and that is the sign of a team that realizes what is going. Rubicon is paying attention to the stream. Oh, man. Okay, so apparently his hat is not bad. I agree with you, Rubicon. You're a good guy. I like you, and I like your hat. Oh, nice kill by ALX. He is a pretty awesome heavy, so that's good. Now this Wrangled Sentry is going to do a crazy job of shutting down most of the advance of the blue team, at very least until they can find a way to destroy it. ALX has been taken down by Trox, and so they have 100% Uber here from Giorgio Tsoukalos. Copyright, restricted copyright. But they can't use it yet because they can't get anybody in position to really deal with this sentry, and you have to deal with the sentry because look at its position. It can look right down at that cart, and nobody will be able to push that or even get close to it until the sentry is down, or until the engineer is down and they sap it or something. You have to disable this sentry. So that is what blue team Turbopoop is going to hold on to their esports for. No, I'm sorry, blue is not Turbopoop. Blue is Make Insane Nuts. They have popped their Uber now, but there is a counter Uber from red team, and they need to drop away from this. They actually lost their medic, and IRFX gets a kill there with the Wrangler in the meantime. I think that was the engineer just trying to sneak in and keep that cart moving forward, but he gets taken down by Rubicon, who is looking solid right now on the defensive heavy, especially because he's got the cover of a giant Wrangled Sentry at level 3 that is just constantly wrangled. Oh man, that is so annoying to deal with. Oh, nice though. Look at that. There goes the engineer, and now the sentry is down. Very beautiful attack from the demo man, who is supported by the pyro, the soldier, and his scouts, and that is going to probably result here in the cart getting pushed. It's the medic pushing it right now. Nobody paying attention here from the red team, so he's going to get the cap by himself. Hero medic there, Giorgio Tsoukalos, opens up the path to the high ground here. And that is mainly what is so important about the first one on Badwater. First, you kill that. Oh, nice backstab by Spirit. But the first important thing is that you kill the teleporter, so that the red team cannot reinforce that quickly towards the first point. And then the second point, of course, is that it opens up this door so you can go up and take the high ground. And as the attacking team, you need to take the high ground. In fact, they've done such a good job here on Make Insane Nuts that they've actually spammed out this doorway here. If anybody even opens it, they're going to be in trouble. So no, the entire red team decides just they have to abandon this point. I think that is a huge mistake here, as there is only one round of stopwatch mode played. Here comes the Uber from blue, and there is nothing red can do about this. They have to abandon this point as well. They actually did kill Giorgio with a nice sticky trap there from the demo man, so that is going to help them quite a bit, but they are losing a lot of players here. They do get the kill on, yeah, they're cleaning this up. So Turbopoop is going to hold on for a little bit. They're going to keep their third point, although 2:27 is a pretty fiercely scary time for the first 2 points. It is all going to come down to point 3 and 4 and how long it takes Make Insane Nuts to get those caps. But remember, now that the second point has been captured, the important thing about that is that this door no longer works for the defense, so they cannot come from their respawn and get straight to the cart. They have to walk all the way around, and that is why you're probably going to see, the defense set up back over here next to the point. You do sometimes see this sentry getting set up a little farther back, even around this corner, but it does look like they want to just try and cover this area, and that's not a bad idea. What they're probably going to try and do with this is, once they get their Uber up, they're going to push forward. They're probably going to try and pop their Uber into the red team instead of waiting for it. And yep, there they go. I'm sorry, into the blue team. They actually killed Giorgio before he even had the Uber, or did he drop? No, they killed him before he got it. That's what you got to do. You got to take down that medic and stop them from getting Ubers. That is the most important thing. Because if they get the Uber and they push it downstairs and they push it into you and they take out your sentry, then you're on the defense, right? Your defense has been shattered. Whereas if you do what they just did right there and you push into the enemy medic, you kill him, then you're forcing them to make another push and waste time. And everything is about wasting time here in defense on stopwatch mode. So Turbopoop's looking strong right now, but they've got to deal with a team that did a really good couple of first point pushes there. And they've got a nice teleporter location here. So the engineer doing his job for sure. Crake seems like he is a very solid engineer. If I were running a Highlander team, it's a toss-up between him and Breloom. And too bad we haven't seen any Breloom action with that mini-sentry recently, because of course ESEA banned the mini-sentry, shaking my fist at them, but probably on the whole good for competitive 6v6 play. Nonetheless, both teams have an Uber right now, and I think we're probably going to see, once again, the red team, they need to charge in to the blue, but that's not what they're doing. In fact, they're allowing the Uber to come in through here. Oh, that sticky trap could have killed the demo, but no. Here comes a bunch of damage onto that Wrangled Sentry. It takes a lot of damage to kill it, but they did kill it. Sapper down on the teleporter, and there's a Pyro chasing down everybody upstairs from the red team, so wiping out a lot of players there for Turbopoop. Question is, can blue team push the cart all the way up to the last point? The answer is not yet. They tried to get in there and get a stab on the medic, and they could not do it, so they need to push this cart a good way still. And is the sentry going to get set up? No, it's actually not. Looks like a couple players running in here, still trying to harass that setup. So there is no engineer. Where is IRFX? He is just now getting up here, and he may actually be setting it up on the last point. Yes, he is. He knows it's too late now. They can't stop this no longer. So they can't. Okay, well, don't worry about syntax and grammar, everybody. It's just TF2. But yeah, okay, so we are seeing this sentry location up here, which I have been told in previous casts is actually getting to be one of the most common sentry locations on Badwater Last Point. Instead of setting it up like downstairs under here, where it is very protected, this sentry location, if you have the Wrangler, can see all the way to this corner. And the really beautiful benefit is that when the blue team takes it out with their sniper or with like a demo man or whatever, the engineer just drops back into spawn, gets full metal, and immediately sets up another one, which is such a pain for the attacking team to deal with. Really, I mean, he's going to be dealing practically constant damage to anybody who walks through this choke, it's shutting it down more or less, and so he's shutting down an entire avenue of attack for the blue team. Forcing them to kind of come up through the window, which it can also see, by the way, or come around through here, which they can't see, but which is a very narrow, choke pointy area. Spy's trying to get around behind. They know, of course, that he is dead ringing. He just, the dead ringer dissipates immediately, and he doesn't even have to lay down a sapper, because actually the engineer did walk back in, and yeah, there you go. This is what you got to do. Once you take that sentry down, you just start harassing the engineer, and don't let him build that sentry back up. But actually, most of the blue team is getting killed here, as the Uber was done for both. Good kill by Sizxer there, the Pyro, managing to extinguish Rubicon, axing him a question. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. I think that's more of a Ethel and Duder phenomenon there. But you know what? I'm going to say it anyway. And yeah, somebody in my stream chat pointing out that when on a pub, if you try to set it up there, yes, everybody's going to kill you first, because what you need is your team to be holding this far forward. This is what red team is doing. They're going to hold really far forward and put a lot of pressure up at the top of the ramp, and that's what gives the engineer the latitude to set his sentry up right there. I don't know where he is right now, actually. He may still be in spawn, just kind of hiding. No, he's setting it up downstairs now. He's changed his mind, which this is not a bad location either. It's just another place where you can use it to stop that cart push. And the fact that he's moving around, of course, or was moving around, it just got taken down by the scout there, actually. Nice kill. But the fact that he was moving around means that, the blue team doesn't really know where it's going to be, and so they're not going to be able to just charge in with an Uber and focus it down until they've got the intel. And Giorgio's dead, so they need to wait another good 45 seconds before they have their Uber ready to go. He is using the Vitasaw, so he will have... oh, nice headshot there by Clara, but did not manage to get the kill. Rubicon is still alive and well. It's going to take them a while to build this up. The Vitasaw helps that, but it's still not a good thing. Clark gets the kill on VK, and VK's been an important player. There's only 5 left up right now for the red team, but they are 5 very heavily defensive players, including the medic. Diegos did just, I think, pop his Uber, and that is finished off without getting a heck of a lot of kills. So, if anything, now is the time for blue team to start thinking about pushing. No, too late. All the red players are back up now, and so they need to wait for their Uber, which they will do. And they have a big advantage. They just need to make sure they actually get a couple of kills with this. They kill the sniper, which is important here. They're not going to have to worry about keeping their heads in too much, but they still have to worry about a sentry gun downstairs. Now, they could take the high ground here, and that would be really important. And that's actually what they're going to do through the window. The sentry is in position to stop that. Medic needs to, there you go, get the heals on both these players, keeping the heavy and the demo alive. They are going to take that sentry down along with help from the spy here. 5 minutes and 36 seconds is the time so far, and this... Oh! Scissor asks Diegos a question there. Axes him a question. That doesn't work very well. So Trox just trying to lay down a couple stickies, but he can get taken down very quickly here by Crake and his crazy shotgun. Got actually pretty close there. The cart is close, but it is not quite close enough. They need to push it all the way to last, and there goes ALX Rubicon doing some nice damage around that corner. I don't think ALX was quite prepared for that, so better reaction time there by Rubicon. Got the ambush, got what he needed to get. A nice reflect here, of course, by our Pyro, but really, once again, this Uber advantage should allow our blue team to get down and deal some damage, knock out the sentry, knock out the defensive positioning, but they need to make sure they keep a lot of their players up and get a lot of kills, because you need a lot of kills on Badwater lasts to get that cart pushed all the way to the last point and win the round. And of course, every single failed push just means more seconds on the clock. But there you go. This is looking like a good Uber. They still need to take down the sentry. Haven't done it yet, but the engineer is going to die here, and now that sentry, of course, is just going to take a bunch of damage and go down. So that's going to work for them, and there's only one player left. It's just Kenzie now. So that is the Uber they needed. That's the push they needed. They are going to get this. Kenzie is down. Nobody's respawning. Nice. It is 10 minutes and 23 seconds. It's not a terrible time. We will see whether Turbopoop can beat that, because if they can beat that time, then they will win the round and the map. And if they can't, then they will lose. And the series will be 1-1. And of course, this is normal. I think this is normal ETF2L play. So of course, every week you only get 2 maps, period. And if you win both, you get your 6 points for the league. If you do not win both, then you don't get your 6 points. You get 3 or 0. Pretty much. Pretty much. So we're just going to wait and see what the defense looks like for May Contain Nuts and whether they can hold off Turbopoop, because, I mean, these guys, Turbopoop, are a good team. They've got some good players, and they've got some good tactics. They are very aggressive. So I can't wait to see what happens. I'm wondering here whether anybody's running the Kritzkrieg, although that is, I like that taunt. I have that. It was actually given to me by a friend of mine named Aradia from the MSPA community. So it was given me as a gift because I did medicing for the group. But anyway, we do have George here with a full regular Uber, so he's just going to be in position to try and keep his team alive and maybe stop the Uber push from his opponents. Look at that jump there by the blue demo, immediately trying to jump in and harass, and the soldier doing the same thing, and it didn't work at all. So they were going for kills there. It was Trox and Zeph. And I like the strategy. It was, well, tactic. I guess it's not really a strategy as much as it is a tactic, but I like it. The idea is that they wanted to just send in the 2 players who could immediately get out there and immediately put pressure on the sentry, which they did, but it didn't pay off for them very well. There was just too many players there to take them out. Oh. And now our red team still has this sentry set up. They lost their engineer, though, to a headshot, I believe, and they're going to have to be very careful now. Actually, if this sentry gets up here, yes, it can hit that. There goes the sentry gun. So our red team, they need to think about dropping back. If they don't drop back, they're going to lose the 2nd point. This is, excuse me, this is not going to be good for them. They do pop their Uber, so okay, that's all right, but they're not going to be able to stop the cart with this. Actually, okay, they are turning around now. But just standing next to the cart is such a bad idea because they've lost the high ground, they've lost the sentry, they've lost all that advantage. They need to get back. That's what they're doing. Good call here by May Contain Nuts. If they did not get back to help this engineer set up, he would have been harassed to death, and they would have lost the high ground. But now they own the high ground, so that was a good first point capture by Turbopoop, but they are going to have to deal with a high ground defense, and that is a tough thing to do, especially when you lose your sniper like that to a headshot from Clar. So it's looking good so far for the red defense. It's just they don't have an Uber right now, and so the Uber that came in from Turbopoop was actually really well done there. Didn't quite get the kill on the sentry, though, and now, of course, it is being repaired back up to full by the engineer, who is still here, still wrangling it, and good damage coming down on our blue team. That sentry is just going to completely delay this. Nice kill on IRFX. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a nice kill on IRFX. We didn't get to see that. He's gone. And ALX and Trick17 both jumping in here to take down. What is this Demo Man doing? Oh, he had the caber. He was actually going to go for a caber kill there. That's kind of hilarious. But he wasn't able to get it. And so this defense up here just barely managed to hold it off. But now they're in a really good position. They've still got their Uber at 100% for the red team. May Contain Nuts. Getting a little bit of spam coming in here from this soldier, but it's not really going to do a heck of a lot to this sentry. And so the card is actually moving backwards now, which is not what Turbopoop Esports wants at all. And they're just barely going to keep it moving forward while keeping their players alive, trying to spam this sentry down a little bit. It's not, it's not working for them too well right now, just because they cannot push well enough. They don't have an Uber coming in. They don't have a demo or a heavy or whatever that can get in position to take down the sentry or the rest of the players. Heavy is trying to walk upstairs. He takes down the engineer. That's actually really important. Nobody's going to be able to repair that, but they need somebody to get up here who can actually take down the sentry now. And there you go, Zeph, who was around, I think, behind the point, takes down the sentry. So well done to the Turbopoop team. They have managed to knock down that engineer. I wonder where his teleporter is, if he even had one. He may not have had time to build one up, so no, he's going to have to walk the long way around here just to try and rebuild a sentry. He could still do it because there is still 100% Uber standing up here, so it's possible for this point to get delayed a lot longer by the red team. And a nice little sticky trap there. Can you see that as you walk upstairs? Yeah, it's visible, but it could still be effective. Nobody really walking up there right now, though. In fact, I think our blue team, Turbopoop, is kind of waiting around for an Uber, and they just lost Diegos. I missed that, but Diegos down means that this card is not going to get there. Unless, yeah, no, it's not. There you go. See, that's the great thing about holding the high ground here, is that whenever they push the cart close enough, you just jump somebody down there, and he's like, nope, lol, nope. But Giorgio actually just dropped his Uber, so no idea why that happened, but it's going to be good for Turbopoop. 6.5 minutes left to go here means they're going to have their work cut out for them. It's going to be tough to get a good time, but not impossible. And they just need to watch out for that spy behind them now, as I think they are conquering the high ground. Yes, and so they get the capture on the second point, and that's going to change the layout of the map considerably, of course. Now they don't have to worry about enemies coming through that door anymore. And Kenzie gets a nice shot on Klar, who is going to try and slow down this push just a little bit. But no, now Turbopoop is on the rampage, pushing forward, trying to claim as much forward positioning as they can here, just so that the cart can get pushed without being harassed, and they can get a nice time on this third point. But they actually did not manage to take down the heavy or the medic or whatever here. So they're going to have to deal with all these players starting to set up a good defensive line here in front of the third point. And oh no, Diegos once again goes down. Didn't see who got the kill. No. Who killed Diegos? It was Cheetah. The spy managed to sneak around somewhere and get that kill on him. So now he's once again going to be behind enemy lines here. Not sure what he's going to go after yet. He's probably just going to walk down this this ramp, these stairs, whatever you want to call them, and just wait as enemies walk right past him. I like that positioning, except that he got seen and now has to activate his dead ringer. So oops, and that's really that's just it's going to harass a little bit, but it's not going to help them all that much. Giorgio has 100% Uber once again. He's just going to hold on to this, which I don't know if I agree with actually. I know he's going to hold on to it because it's what he did last time around. But really, they ought to think about pushing into Turbopoop. They're going to want to bring their heavy or their demo or something and push into them, because if they don't, this is what happens. You just get forced, and then suddenly your Uber is almost worthless. You've gotten like one kill off of it. The rest of the enemy team is backed up. Diegos somehow either died or popped an Uber again there, which was not too effective, because now look at this, 4.5 minutes left to go, and there is a wrangled sentry. Trox is kind of stuck in this there you go, he gets some health, so he will be okay for a bit. But this wrangled sentry all the way back in this corner actually could be spammed quite effectively by a soldier. And Kenzie ends up getting the headshot, so I'm not sure why the sentry was there. It's not really the greatest location for it. Meanwhile, though, red team does hold the high ground, and they're doing a really good job of spamming out the blues. So, by the way, looking for band names, spamming out the blues. Just it's on me. Take that one absolutely free. But no, the May Contain Nuts team has a good defensive position here. They are holding out really well, and I like the dispenser location. The problem with it, of course, is that it doesn't give a lot of metal to the engineer who wants to repair his sentry. And once again, he's going to get headshot. This is the engineer death watch. Maybe not, actually. Instead, there's going to be a big Uber coming in here from Diegos. Where is Giorgio right now? Okay, there you go. He's finally decided to pop his Uber after the enemy Uber faded. Very good decision there, as they can stop the cart from getting pushed once again. 3.5 minutes left to go here, and it is still anybody's game, but 3.5 minutes basically means there's only going to be about 3 Uber pushes left by the blue team, so they need to make every single one count. They did get the kill on Giorgio, so they're going to have a bit of an Uber advantage. Spirit is going to probably try and decloak behind this heavy and get the kill there. He's running out of cloak, so there you go. Got to drop down and grabs that. Scout knows he's there, though. Spirit is in trouble. And nobody else spots him yet. Oh, no, the engineer did see him. No, Spirit is going to... He's going to go for a stair stab. Can't get it. Crake knows your tricks, man. He knows those tricks. Stair stabs not effective against players who are watching for them. And when you know you're going up against Spirit, you watch for him. So, Kenzie trying to go for some shots there and some good kills. ALX is down. Cheetah's down as well. Without a heavy here, it's going to be tougher for the red team to defend this properly. They do still have a level 1 sentry being wrangled, so that's tough to take out, but not as tough as level 3, certainly. And there's a little mini sentry getting wrangled in opposition now from IRFX. So, the blue team just needs to push the cart, really. There you go. They are starting to claim more ground up here. They're starting to spam out their opponents, and really not a lot that red team can do about this now. They're probably going to pop the Uber. Going to be kind of scary if they do here. Can they stop it? Yes, they actually can stop the cart from getting capped here, which will deny the forward spawn to the blue team, I think. Yeah, they're not getting a forward spawn right now. They actually still have to spawn from all the way back at the beginning of the map. That is really, really an effective Uber on defense there to stop the capture of point 3 for as long as possible, force another respawn wave to travel a really long way to the point, which just means you're wasting more and more time. This is looking like it's going to be may contain Nuts' map. They are probably going to win this against Turbopoop. So, I mean, I don't want to call it early. I've done that before, and I mean, there's a lot of time left for Turbopoop, but it is winding down. And if these pushes aren't effective, if they keep losing people like Zeph and Crawl, it's not going to be pretty. They just lost Trox as well. Spirit actually activates his Dead Ringer somewhere on the map, but Crake is setting up another sentry right next to this cart. And as long as they hold the cart in this position, may contain Nuts is in a very, very, very good place right now to win this round. Only about a minute left to go, and that means that you basically need ×3 on the cart for the rest of the round, or you're not going to get that capture on last. So Turbopoop, I think they've just fallen apart here. They could not effectively defend there. Really, it all came down to the fact that their second point defense was non-existent. They gave up the second point, and that alone could have been an extra 3 or 4 minutes in the bank for them to play with. So, you know, without that defense, I don't think they're going to get this. They've got 45 seconds left, and Rubicon is trying to do what he can. I'm losing my voice right now, but they do have ×3 on the point, and they're not going to have another Uber. There will not be enough time for that, so they just need to push in, get a bunch of frags. If they can get all the kills here and knock out the red team and keep ×3 on the cart, they could still win this. This could come down to the wire, and it might actually do just that. Once again, these guys are playing some really close games here. They've taken down a couple players, including the Pyro, which is kind of important, but there is a sentry up, level 1, once again, wrangled, peering down at the cart. It's actually not at a great angle right now, and once again, there's still ×3 on the... No, it's just ×1 right now. They've got to get ×3 on the cart. There's only about 10 seconds left to go, and the red team could defend this properly. 3 players left, but there's nobody pushing the cart. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5. There is not enough time. Turbopoop loses. May contain Nuts will win this game just barely in the last few seconds. Wow. Anyway, if you like watching your competitive TF2, just come down to the wire like this. Hit follow on justin.tv/fatmop. Hit subscribe on youtube.com/fatmop. That was a GG, and I'm going to sign out.